Spain is facing a massive problem of illegal occupation of homes and apartments by feral tenants. There is a growing so-called phenomenon of ocupas. The word derives from the Spanish ocupación. In practice, if someone occupies someone else's property, the owner has just 48 hours to report the presence of wild tenants. After that time, the police do not respond. Then the owner must assert his rights in court, and this often takes many years. We asked a Pole who runs a real estate office in Spain if anyone can really take over our property. There is actually such a problem in Spain. These people are called ocupas, and they are actually trying to seize properties. Squatters are keeping property owners in Spain awake at night. Poles are eager to buy apartments and houses in the country. Is it really safe to do so? How do our compatriots protect themselves against it? We simply all need to buy a camera for about 20 euros, which is connected to the internet and our cell phone. And if anyone enters our apartment, we immediately have a signal and call the police, and the police will arrest such a delinquent. It turns out that it's not that simple. According to property owners' organizations, ocupas currently occupy more than 100,000 properties across Spain. Official figures from Spain's Interior Ministry show that over the past 5 years, the number of squatters has increased by 63%. It always starts with noble ideals. Legal and social acquiescence has resulted in more and more apartments being occupied by illegal immigrants with thick criminal records, terrorizing neighbors and going about their business with a knife. It's likely that eventually someone won't stand for it, and blood will be shed, because already, faced with the helplessness of institutions, desperate victims of the practice are beginning to take matters into their own hands. A 94-year-old woman, after returning from the hospital, found her nightgowns in a dumpster, mementos of her deceased son burned, some of her furniture sold at a flea market, and found 3 strangers on her living room couch who told her she no longer lived there. Another story happened in a residence in Ibiza. British citizens who arrived for vacation found strangers living in their home, and the locks changed. In addition, police warned that until court eviction proceedings are completed, the owners will have to pay the wild tenants' gas and electricity bills, even if the process were to take years. Such stories are chilling. The Ocupas movement is supported by leftist formations, often the same ones that promote the Green Deal. As seen in Spain, the European Union does not guarantee property rights. There is no shortage of warnings that the Green Deal also threatens the property of Europeans, including Poles. The European Union, with the support of the current ruling coalition, is pushing the so-called Green Deal, which will cause a sharp increase in energy prices and the need for massive renovations of Polish houses and apartments. This cannot be allowed. The Green Deal is supposed to force Poles to renovate their houses and apartments so that they meet exorbitant environmental standards. A strong appeal is flowing to those in power in the European Union. Come to your senses. Move away from this crazy ideology, from these harmful ideas. If someone can't afford the financial outlay, their property rights will be severely restricted. Such property will not be able to be sold or rented. After all, no official will legalize a house without meeting EU standards. More and more Poles are realizing this. More than half of Poles want a complete rejection of the Green Deal, according to the survey.